Hi Internet. So this is just going to be a random video about what's in my golf bag. Uh, I know this isn't game related, except I'm in my room that has all my game stuff in it, and as you can see, I'm going through all my cords over there, kind of shuffling them around, making sure everything looks good. But it's spring, and I golf. I have been golfing my entire life. I am 30 years old, and for all 30 years, I have been golfing. It is a passion of mine. I love it. I don't get to do it as much as I want to because money. It is a very expensive sport to play. But I thought this might just be a fun little video to show what's in my golf bag. Plus, I have a new toy. We'll get to that in a second. But let's start with the wedges. Actually, let's start with this old putter. So this is a TaylorMade, what is this, a Penta? Let me pull this over here and put this right here. Yeah, so, oh, sorry, Del Monte, my bad, I completely forgot. So this is a Del Monte putter. It's been serving me true for a couple years now. I enjoy it. However, I never felt like I was hitting them as squarely as I could with this putter. So that's why I got the new putter. But yeah, this is a great putter. It costs about $100, and it's a good putter for what it is. I kept it in very good condition. I didn't lose the head cover somehow. So yeah, it's a great putter. I'm just gonna lay it down right here. And I'm a big fan of these fatter grips. This is just a Super Stroke 3.0. I'm a big fan of these grips. They feel good. So yeah. Wedges. I have two. Well, actually, I have a couple wedges. I actually mean to replace these at some point because this wedge I've had for probably 11 years or something like that. It still is a great wedge, but as you can see, it's severely worn. So it's a 58 degree Cleveland. What does this say? CG16. Yeah, it's a great wedge, but it's just old and worn down at this point. This wedge I got, I got this maybe 2018. It's under Cleveland. It's an RTX 4. It's a 54 degree wedge. Good wedge. I don't have that much use for it. It goes about 110, 120 yards. And then you'll notice that I have this random Maltby gap wedge. So before I had these irons, I had a set of Maltby KE4s. And these were special to me because me and my dad built them. We bought the heads, the shafts, the grips, everything independent, and we spent a day building the clubs together. And I had a full set of them for, God, honestly, like 15 years. And I knew exactly how to hit them. I knew they hit very well, produced a lot of spin, and it was one of those things where, like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But I knew as I got older and I got more, as I got more strength in me, I was losing out on distance. And these clubs were getting worn down anyways. So I ended up getting a set of these Mizuno JPX 921s. They are fantastic. They cost about $1,000. For the pitching wedge, 987. I think I just did that backwards. I can't really see with my phone. Yeah, 987, 654. And they are fantastic clubs. I hit the hell out of my 8-iron. My 8-iron has always been my favorite club in my bag, but this 8-iron specifically, I can push this thing 200 yards on a warm summer's day. And I have. It's been a great club, and everything else just kind of follows suit. The thing I'm running into now is that this pitching wedge, so my old pitching wedge went about 130, consistently 130. This thing goes about 140. And this club, my original gap wedge, goes about 120 if I really push it. So there's a 20-yard gap between these two clubs, and then there's this guy, and then there's this guy. This guy only goes about 82, 90. This guy goes about 110. 120, 140. So I don't really have a 130 club, but I need a 130 club more than I need a 120 club. So I'm trying to find a good wedge to replace that. So my plan is to replace these 3 wedges and just get a nice set of them eventually. But yeah, as I said, Mizuno JPX 921s, very good. I have extra stiff shafts in all of them because I swing like a madman. And yeah, they are fantastic clubs. I have an Adams Hybrid 3 iron, or 3 hybrid, I should say. I don't use it ever, to be honest. I got it, and I just don't need it. I'm planning on getting rid of it, maybe just like pawning it or something, because I just don't use it. If I'm gonna hit anything, I'm just gonna reach for my 4 iron. That's what I typically use. So I just don't have a use for this guy. And it just sits in my bag most of the year and doesn't really get any action. Occasionally I use it if I feel like it, but other than that, it really gets no use from me. Driver, Callaway XR16. Let's pull this guy off and show you the driver. I've had this thing for maybe 8 years now. It's not the XR16, it's just the XR. I have it set to, it's 9 degrees, but I have it set to 1 degree lower. So it's 8 degrees of loft. And this thing has served me true. I can pipe this thing about 270 to 300 consistently. It just goes like a madman. I may change this in a few years' time. I think maybe once it hits 10 years, I'll get a new one. But for now, I mean, it's still a good driver. It does exactly what I need. And then we come to this guy. This is a Lab putter. And I'll take the head cover off. I'm doing this one-handed, so it's a little awkward. I just got this thing. Traded in some old wedges for it. And it still has the wrapper on it. Look at this thing. It's the DF3 Lab putter. Can I peel this off with one hand? No. Yeah. It is supposed to take the torque out of your swing. So let me demonstrate. When you putt, I'm very shaky with my putter. Like if you take the club back, I kind of wobble a bit. And then as I come through, the face of it closes like that. Not like, super like that, but, very slightly. So I end up pulling across the ball like that. And I end up pulling my putts. And I end up missing. So I got this guy. I gotta take the wrapping off of it. But this guy is designed to kind of prevent that from happening. So I'm actually going to play around later today, and I might film some of it because I'm very interested in how that performs. This is the rest of my bag, by the way. It's just an old TaylorMade Rocket Balls. That's the brand of club that I used to have. I used to have a TaylorMade Rocket Ball driver. And fun fact, I never took the plastic off the legs. I don't entirely know why I haven't done this, but I looked up a couple years after getting it and realized, oh, I still have the plastic on the legs, and I just kept it. I don't know. I just like it. There's really not much to my bag. In here, we have my towel. It's actually a New Japan Pro Wrestling towel that I got from a New Japan show a couple years ago. And I just used it as a golf towel. In here, this top one, we have some blister tape because this just could be the way I'm gripping the club, but my thumb, particularly right here, likes to tear as I grip the club and as I swing because I put pressure on it when I swing. So if I'm gripping the club like this, just using this as an example, I'm putting pressure on this side of my thumb. So as I swing, And as I go through the round, this slowly starts to tear down like this, and I ended up ripping the skin on my thumb, which hurts like hell. So I got some blister tape to, there's little patches that you put over your thumb. And then underneath that is a rangefinder. I didn't have one of these for the longest time because I worked as a caddy when I was younger, and I just did everything by walking. And I'm still pretty good at doing that, but this thing is just a game changer for me. It's not even the best one. It's just a standard rangefinder, just some generic one. Tech. But it does exactly what it needs to do. Tells me the distance to the flag. And I got it as a Christmas gift one year, and I love it. I haven't even had to change the battery in 6 years. And then here comes the Golf Ball Armada. Now, the reason I have so many golf balls is because I went to the store the other day, and TaylorMade had a buy 2 for $40 for 2 dozen. And that's just a really good deal. So I just picked up 2 dozen golf balls, and I also picked up a bag of standard wood tees. I have some other golf balls down here, some Taurus Stripe Response ones. I think I have some red ones down here as well. Yeah, these guys. So I typically play TaylorMades. I get the yellow ones because I just can see them better. And they're easier to find in the fall and spring. And, yeah. They go... I used to play Titleist Pro V1s, and I still do occasionally, but the problem is that Pro V1s are just so expensive for a dozen golf balls. Keep in mind, those are $20 a dozen. The Pro V1s are $54 a dozen. So, you do the math. It's not something where if I really step up my game and play good, I can play a Pro V1. But the problem is that I have a tendency to pull my drives, and that leaves them out of bounds sometimes. And it's just not fun losing a golf ball that costs a lot more than it should. So, I don't have any at the end of the day. And I just decided to get a bunch of the TaylorMade ones. They fly the same distance. They feel the same. And they just work for me. So, yeah, this is an overview of my bag. Not really much else to say. I don't keep a lot of things in here. I've become a cart golfer as I've gotten older just because I don't feel like walking. And this thing just sits in a cart. So that putter is going to go. Not sure where, but it's going to go. This is going to be my new putter from now on. And I look forward to sharing some golf adventures with you guys over the incoming years. So that's basically it for this video. I may add some more content to the end of this video later if I do go play today, and I do some filming outside. But, it all depends on how busy the course is. So if that comes up, this video will be longer. If not, thank you for watching, and have a wonderful day.